Peter comes back to our show, like the audience, with the knowledge of the 3 seasons and his whole life and the whole backstory and the history that he's been imparted with. Our characters have lived a different life than the one he remembers. They've lived a different history. So the collision of his history and their history is the launching point for the rest of our season.
There was times in our series where there were secrets against Peter. Everybody sort of knew something that Peter didn't know. This is very different than that. Now Peter is our focal point. So Peter is with the audience, and Peter is essentially the audience's point of view. So when we go in there, when Peter says, wait a minute, this is not normal, this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and they say, no, it didn't, we're with him. So that perspective is really interesting for us because he now takes a forefront position in the storytelling and how it's going to unfold.
There was a joke we were making back when we were like advertising the season that Peter was an observer. And the truth is, we've always said the observers have the ability to travel throughout time. So the observers are keepers of the lore, as it were. The observers are aware of everything that we've witnessed. And upon his return, Peter will be too. So, you know, Peter is not an observer because he's not aware of the...
He's omniscient in that way.
And he's not aware of the lives that these characters have lived without him. He will come to learn about that, as will we. And that's sort of like, you know, that's where the show's existing right now.
You don't know who I am, do you?
In this new timeline, Walter lost Peter at a young age. The observer did not intervene. So Peter represents a very different thing for Walter. I can guarantee you that if anybody, God forbid, has lost anything in their life, that opportunity to actually see what they've become, to look into the eyes of a man that was your small child, is pretty heavy. So, you know, there's that relationship. There's how Olivia feels about it. She's been looking for something her whole life, and what she worked so hard to find with Peter in the old timeline is now non-existent. So she's a very different person as well. So she's gonna have certain feelings about that.
What is it that you want?
I just want to talk to Walter again.
Well, we tried that already. In case you didn't notice, it didn't go so well.
I was talking to him like he was the man that I knew, which clearly he's not. He's different. Just like you are.
You know, it's heartbreaking, and it puts us behind his journey, and it really makes us root for saying, look, we want things back. We want those relationships to pay off the way that they were, and so does he. So by taking the audience through that, to have them sort of in collusion with Peter, as far as, you know, understanding that things are not the way they were, and I have to try and somehow make them right.
I need you to help me figure out why no one remembers me. Why you don't remember me.
He's going to have to start to discover this new world, discover his place in it, and deal with the pain of having a lot of people not remember him, and how he's going to move forward to try and make things right. So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be sad, but at the same time, you know, we believe that it's going to be rich storytelling and people will really enjoy.
You know, our show always lives in consequences. What are the consequences of Peter being back? That's what we're interested in.
Yeah.